Greetings and salutations, rest of humanity and possibly aliens. It is your boy Freaky Gaming, or Daniel, whichever one you prefer, coming at you guys in another video. And today I just wanted to show you guys why your family is still alive in Fallout 4. Now I've been trying to shoot this video for an hour, so I'm sorry if I sound tired or frustrated. Actually, I'm a little bit more relaxed. Basically, guys, why your family is still alive in Fallout 4. I'm actually going to be using real-world evidence to back my claim. Stuff I've either heard from the Discovery Channel, the History Channel, or I've read in actual survival books. I'm gonna bringing you guys all that right now. So let's get into it, guys. First off, the nuclear explosion. Actually, I'm gonna take it a step down because I'm not gonna go into actual full detail because I don't know how big the bomb was. But let's just, for reference, we're going to say this nuclear bomb was pretty big. So the first 10-mile radius within a nuclear explosion, I actually watched this on Discovery Channel not too long ago. The first 10 miles of a nuclear explosion, everything is just incinerated, completely destroyed, basically turned to dust. Stuff is actually atomized, and you get something what is called a shadow effect sometimes. Basically, where you'll see imprints of stuff that was there during the actual explosion, if you actually go back and stuff like that, which is pretty crazy. But let's get out of that because we're not in the 10-mile radius, because we could tell our dude is not completely incinerated. We could see the mushroom cloud actually forming right there. So we're probably within the 10 to 15-mile radius. Now I'm assuming this now also about a nuclear explosion, which you guys need to know, is it gives off a very, very powerful flash of light that could give you retinal damage. It could make you permanently blind. It could mess up your vision. Your vision might not ever be the same again. But we're obviously not within that radius, because as we could see here, the only person who has his eyes in front of his hands in front of his eyes is our main protagonist, basically our guy. We could look at the people on the side here. I'm sorry about the black bar. I actually can't get rid of that, and I do apologize for it. But we could tell these two people on the side here don't have their hands over their eyes, so they're obviously not affected by a flash. This woman in front of our protagonist here, the dude in the white shirt, you could see his head if you guys look really closely. You guys could actually see through the black bar, I believe. But our dude here, the protagonist with the white shirt on, he's the only person covering his eyes. And the mom and the baby, the mom's not covering her eyes because she's got to hold the baby, but she has a person in front of her, and basically nobody else is covering their eyes. So I'm going to assume we're a little bit further out from that point. So I'm assuming we're maybe on the 14-mile, because we're actually going to get hit by a shockwave in a second here. As you guys know, the shockwave that's sent off by the nuclear blast is extremely huge and extremely powerful. We can actually tell it may have rattled this telephone pole, because we can actually see the wire falling right there. I'm not sure if you guys could see the dip, but you could see the telephone pole. They're not really even with each other, and so one of them got knocked back, which means this is a pretty powerful explosion. And we can actually see the shockwave. If we look past this black line, we can actually see it coming towards us. In a second, I'll actually start the video to show you guys that the shockwave does hit us. But so we're not blind. So let's say we're within that 14 at that 14-mile marker. The shockwave's gonna hit us. It hits us pretty hard. It knocks us back. Of course, the shockwave could kill you, but not really the shockwave. Of course, if you're really close, you may get killed by a shockwave. Shockwave could cause internal damage. It could cause you to fly back, break your arm, break your neck, break your leg. If there's something around you, it could seriously injure you. The shrapnel that's flying from the actual blast could kill you itself. Basically, a lot of things could go wrong, but we're assuming we didn't get hit by no shrapnel. We're assuming that everything was okay. We only got hit by the shockwave, and we're in a nice open space, so there's really not that much shrapnel, except for that metal fence in front of us, which wouldn't hurt like a BITCH. But we're assuming that none of that stuff hit us, so you know, it's safe to say that we're pretty good, because obviously our dude woke up after 119 years of medically induced cryogenic state. I'll actually talk about, maybe I'll make a video of why they put him to cryogenic state, because if you guys don't know this, in cryogenic state, basically your heart rate is slowed. Basically everything is slowed almost to a crawl. There is still you're barely alive in a cryogenic state. But they did it probably to stop him from bleeding out, basically to save his life. And whatever surgery, he put in cryogenic state permanently until he was fully ready to recover. So 119 years later, they get him out of the vault. Now, the reason why your family is still alive is because your dude, boom, gets blasted back by the nuclear explosion. He's obviously hurt because he's obviously in a 119-year freaking induced medical coma, which he doesn't come out of. Maybe he was in there a little longer than he was supposed to. We actually don't know how long he was actually supposed to be in there until the actual game comes out. But he's still alive, so that's a great sign. And he has no cover in front of him. This lady's really off to the side. But there's a gentleman here blocking the explosion for the baby and the mom, which is a really good sign. Well, not good for him, but good for us because the family's still alive, which is pretty dope. And I'm going to try to make this video as fast as I can. I'm actually going to try to speed it up. Basically, we're not within incineration range, that 10-mile radius where everything's just destroyed. We're on an outside radius where we're getting hit by the shockwave, and of course a couple of miles back there's no damage whatsoever except for however many nukes are dropped or whatever. But apparently our dudes are okay because of course you wake up the protagonist, the sole survivor of Vault 111 after 119 years or whatever, and then we have the baby and the mom, which are most likely still alive. The baby's probably alive because it's not only shielded by the dude in front of the mom, but it's also shielded by the mom's arm and stuff like that. Now, it's a possibility there may be some shrapnel, but as you know, in a Fallout game, Skyrim game, any game that Bethesda make, children don't really die, babies don't really die. So I'm gonna assume that the baby's not dead and didn't die in the explosion, because that'd just be really freaking depressing and nobody wants that within the first minute of the game that you're gonna be playing. Then the first 10 minutes, everything goes to hell. But the mom is shielding the baby. They're most likely still alive if you're still alive. That's what I'm trying to say. They're probably in the same state as you, or if not, maybe a little better because they are shielded by the man in front of them. They get knocked back by the blast just like you do, as you could tell there. The blast may not even have knocked us back. We don't know. But of course, we know we are in a cryogenic state, maybe waiting for the radiation to clear to send us on out. Maybe we weren't even affected and maybe we survived. Maybe the dad got stuck in there just a little longer by accident. Maybe his paperwork got mixed up or something. I'm not even joking. Maybe something crazy like that happened. Maybe he was the last one released from cryogenic state. There was thousands of people in the vault in cryogenic state, and his family was just gone before him because they didn't know where he was, and they went back to find him and he wasn't there, and they just couldn't find him, so they just took off. Maybe something crazy like that. But most likely your family's still alive. We weren't within an incineration range of the bomb. We didn't automatically die, so that's a great sign. We were hit by a shockwave. Of course, you've seen in the thing, it didn't knock you back crazy. It didn't blind us, so most likely we are still alive scientifically. Real world, we're still alive. There was a little bit of cover from the people and the fans. We get lowered down into the vault, as we know. And that's it, guys. Most likely they're still alive scientifically. They're probably actually still alive. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. Help me achieve my goal, my dream, becoming one of the biggest YouTubers on YouTube. Alright guys, been your boy Freaky's Gaming. I love each and every single one of you. I'll see you guys right back here tomorrow. If you guys want a chance to win a Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition, please leave me that like, comment, and subscribe, and help me achieve my goal, my dream, become one of the biggest YouTubers on YouTube. Alright guys, once again, I love each and every single one of you. I will see you guys right back here tomorrow. And remember, stay freaky.